And I want to thank Bob and Michael, along with Barbara Van Allen and everyone at the Economic Club for this award. Pete Peterson, who this award honors, was a good friend and a great patriot. As the son of Greek immigrants in Nebraska, who knew that there were Greeks in Nebraska? His life story stands as a powerful example of the American dream. He never stopped looking for ways to give others the opportunity to succeed, and that includes all his leadership trying to get our nation's fiscal house in order. Although if he could see the state of our house today, I think he'd probably use an old Greek expression, oy vey. That may not technically be Greek, but I think the Greeks in this room will understand. And you should know that Pete and I played golf. I think Alan Greenspan was the other one on the threesome, and I was lucky enough to win. The ball went in the hole by accident, and Pete paid me debt as he should, unfortunately in Iraqi money. And that is sitting still in my desk at home. I don't know quite what to do with it. Pete was too often a lonely voice for fiscal reform, seriously, and far too few people heeded his wisdom on both sides of the aisle. Today, growing deficits continue to be a bipartisan problem. The work that he started and that continues under his son Michael's leadership is more urgent and more important than ever. And that's also true of all the work the Economic Club does to bring government and business leaders together to share ideas. No one group has all the answers, but the more we work together, the more effective we can tackle big challenges, and the greater the benefits to the public are. That emphasis on collaboration has shaped our administration's work here in New York City. We look to the future and work to diversify the economy across industries and across boroughs. And a lot of the credit for our administration's success goes to Bob, as I said before, and we're lucky to have him now on the board of Bloomberg L.P. And another Bloomberg L.P. board member is today our keynote speaker, Reed Hastings. So you just better be brilliant up here. And tell us what's going to happen you're in the paper every day. Sorry about that. Not many people predicted Netflix's incredible growth, but Reed saw that future was streaming. He took a big risk, and I think it's fair to say that it paid off. It's paid off for New York, too, by creating jobs for the film and TV industry here and all the businesses that help support it. Now, as this quarter century draws to a close, let me say that we are living through one of the most interesting economic transitions in history, and I've been lucky to be a part of a few. I grew up at the dawn of the television age, which revolutionized information and culture, and I actually remember my parents holding me up over a crowd to see a television in a store window. That's how unique it was. Everybody stopped to look. Before that, we had radio, and I do remember the radio. And we got a television in our house later than anybody in the neighborhood for some reason or other. I don't think we could have afforded it earlier. But people would go to each other's house to watch Howdy Doody was the big show, and that shows my age and when it was. I've had the good fortune to be fired when personal computers were first built, which did give me the chance to help write the next chapter in the information revolution, and also in the early 1990s when our company built one of the world's first social networks, Instant Bloomberg, or IB, for the terminal user here. You should know when we started our company, PCs had not existed. You don't believe that, but there was a day before PCs. And so we built our own computer, and I would go up to Connecticut to a lab with a friend of mine who designed it, and I would solder the resistors and capacitors into the circuit boards. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, but it worked enough to have people have some confidence in our future. When the tech startup took off almost 2 decades later, I was in City Hall, and thanks to Bob, we helped usher in a new era for the tech industry here. And at the same time, as much of the world was hailing social media as a force for democracy around the world, I was cautioning that it was going to make government much more difficult, and I wish that I hadn't been right on that one, but I was. Today, we are in the midst of an AI revolution, which Bloomberg has been investing in for more than a decade. For those of you who are customers, if you want to know more about how to use AI on the terminal, do not ask me. but I will be happy to introduce you to somebody that's a quarter of my age who can do it. I think our customers are benefiting from what all of those people have done. We have 26,000 people, lucky enough to have them. We have virtually no turnover, 3% or something like that. And all the people are dedicated to helping our customers all around the world. And my job is to go around and shake hands and explain to senior management what we're doing. But if you want me to explain the terminal, no. I realize there are fears around AI. That is understandable. I have them too. I think it's devastating our school systems when we put technology in them. We need a teacher in front of the classroom looking the student in the eye and disciplining them when they need it and encouraging them when it's appropriate. And that's the way we're going to stop this craziness where the test scores every year are going down all across America and other places in the world as well. The potential benefits that it would bring would be enormous, especially to health and healthcare and to science. And the challenges that we face are similar to ones we've faced in social media, making the master rather than allowing it to become ours. But I'm an optimist when it comes to technology, but even more importantly, when it comes to America and her greatest city in town, New York City, with the people in this room to help lead the way. I'm looking forward to seeing what's ahead in 2026. I got back this morning at 2 in the morning from London. London is a city that is booming and is a real competitor of ours, and we've got to do the same thing that they're doing. Put our nose to the grindstone, stop complaining about what doesn't work, and make sure the things that does work are used appropriately and developed. And the people in this room, you're the ones that really will lead the way. So I'm looking forward to 2026. Thank you all for this award. It was not deserved, but it is deeply appreciated. And it's great to see so many old friends, including my landlord down there. You're not going to raise our rent, are you? Goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you. Well done. Good fun. Video.